Well, it is round 3 between these two top teams, Legionnaires and Team Forbidden. Welcome to the cast. My name is Delts, and it will hopefully be a very close game tonight, with Legionnaires in second spot challenging Team Forbidden in first. Well, a pretty standard lineup for Legionnaires, who have chosen actually Assault to start off on in Audacity, Injection, Naze, Divixian and Troyboy. Very standard lineup. And for 403, they've actually added 2 new recruits in Dan and Mikey. I'm not entirely sure where their 5th is at the moment. Hopefully Mikey will turn up very soon. But at this point in time, 403 are starting with 4 players on defense, as this round is about to be live. I think tonight this is going to be a very interesting match. Siege is one of the favourites that both of these teams play on very often. And if 403 manages to get a 5th, which they have indeed in the top left-hand corner of your screen in Mikey, this could be an interesting match. But my tip is going to go to LG to win this match 11-8, given that the 2 new recruits in Mikey and Dan will probably need some time to settle in to how the rest of the team play. As we also take a look at the lineup for 403, Miriam, Clams, Invis, Dan and Mikey, as we go to the first round, which is live. And Divixian straight up onto the patio, and I'm just trying to get a beard there as smokes are coming out. Pretty fast start in comparison to some of the other games that have been played. As Injection, you can see running down in the bottom hand corner of your screen, and Divixian trying to get a pick early into the flag room. Throws a nade, which we've seen him do very often, and his teammate is pushing up into interior stairs in Injection. Divixian seeing an enemy in hollow wall area, and Divixian straight up with a pick on Dan. Well done. And now Divixian trying to take down also one of the guys in hollow wall for 403. 3-on-4 situation, as the LG guys are still pretty slow to set up. I think this might be a deliberate tactic here, as 403 is spread pretty far and wide. Audacity trying to take down Invis, and Divixian taking out Clams. 3-on-3 situation, as Audacity has trying to take out Invis, but Invis has rotated fairly quickly to ensure that doesn't happen. LG have now got control of the balcony and also the whole of the backyard, and this is a prime position to be in, as LG set up to breach this defensive area. Audacity trying to get a pick on Miriam, or just some spam fire I should say. Divixian first in, but unable to make it count, and Audacity's in similar position. Last is Troyboy. 3-on-1 situation, 50 seconds less, and Invis has rotated around to take out Troyboy in the back. So that very first round going to 403 on defense. Like I said, I think it'll be 11-8 to 403, but what will be interesting to see is whether or not LG have prepared any spam nades, as they did in their first match against, who were then Clutch. LG won that match based, I think, on a lot of practice in their strat nades, and I haven't seen any evidence of that yet tonight, but maybe they're just pretty confident in their ability to take out some of the opposition by bullets. And Troyboy getting that first pick on Invis. 5-on-4 situation, as Troyboy is in this really interesting area in storage. Audacity is pushed out and is trying to get control of the northern side, as Clams takes out Naze. 4-on-4 situation, and Audacity has just spotted Clams. They've worked this well, the LG team, and they've breached this northern area, as Troyboy is going to try an interesting nade and almost flashes himself. In fact, does. Audacity lucky to stay alive, and very well done to actually get on top of Clams. 2-on-3 situation. Troyboy, one of the last guys left, and you can see this prone, this famous prone, pioneered by the LG team, as Audacity trying to draw some fire. I'm trying to figure out where some of the 403 guys are positioned, but all the 403 guys you can see in the flag room, or in that second floor area. And given that Audacity and Troyboy don't have too many frags and flashes left, they're really going to have to try and make their bullets count, as Audacity is pushing up this interior stairs. and one in library for the 403 team, and he's rotated way back out, and that nade doesn't do any damage to Miriam, who's in flag room library at the time. They've just set up here on the backyard area, and Audacity tagged pretty bad on 14%. Troy Boy's going in to try and get that trade pretty quickly and does really well. 2-on-2 situation as Audacity gets taken out by Mikey and Troy Boy gets taken out by Dan. So in the end, that crossfire there, or not crossfire, but that series of moves by the LG team led to their downfall in the end. I don't think they were too coordinated at that point when they went in. So 2-0 to the 403 team, and already they're doing fairly well. Or, well, it's still early days, I think, more than anything. But that's and the game's still in the bank, so still up in the air, I should say. As we go to the third round, interesting enough, you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, LG have got 2 smokes, and also Mikey has grabbed smokes for the defensive side of the team, which is interesting. Divixian getting taken out by a nade, and he can't be revived. Remember, CG rules have stated that we have gone to no revives on the competition forum. And Injection is trying to take out one of the guys in the southern area. Tags Clams pretty badly, actually, as it's a 4-on-3 situation. Troy Boy pushing out into the northern area, trying to get a frag, and does so well. It's a 4-on-2 situation. Legionnaires with 2 guys left, one on the patio and one north, as Dan, solid, denies Injection, denies the space on patio, and Troy Boy, the last guy left, struggling to try and get a bead on anyone, and he's tagged pretty badly to 20%. He's might be shot in the back here as he's rotating around. Clamps is rotated as well. I thought he did. As Troy Boy has moved very quickly out of his original position. And now Clams doing very well to react. And Troy Boy getting taken out by Invis. So it is 3-0 to 403, and Maze and Injection with 0 kills each. Something very interesting, but I've come to know them fairly well as America's Army players, and they've done really, really well over the last few months. So I wouldn't be surprised if I saw these 2 guys start to bring their firepower to the game. But at the moment, it's Troy Boy, Divixian, and Audacity really as the 3 main guys who are contributing to the frag rate for the Legionnaires team. Clams Casino making it all the way down into southern balcony and almost tags slightly Naze, as I think Divixian's pushing up onto patio. Naze is pushed south, and Nades may hurt Clams here, or it doesn't. He's just in this very awkward position. He has to be able to make sure that he can get this shot off extremely quickly. As you can see, Divixian trying to get a pick on Dan in the flag room. Very, very vital spot. If you can get that pick in the flag room, you really upset, I think, the structure of how the defensive team play. But Dan's really held his own here in his first match for 403. 5-on-5 situation. Nothing's really happened, and it's only 1 minute 30 left on the clock. As you can see, Naze pushing into the southern area, and he's going to be very exposed if Clams pushes out. And you can see Miriam just visible, very, very visible. And now he's struggling as Naze does well to survive for that long. But now it's a 3-on-5 situation as Injection gets tagged pretty heavily. Troy Boy north, and he's going to help his team out in Audacity. Injection taking out Clams. 3-on-2 situation as LG bring it back. Troy Boy on the back balcony here, and they have the weight of numbers, but the problem is that one of their guys in Injection is tagged pretty badly. Miriam in the library, and if he pokes out, yeah, LG is down, and that's exactly what happens. Audacity, the last guy left. 2-on-1 situation as 403 call this one back in their own favour. And now Audacity has a little bit of work to do, and he spots Miriam actually, and Audacity may take him out with a frag. I don't think that's going to hit him actually, and it doesn't. Dan is in a prime position to take Audacity out, as Miriam is just trying to stay away. They're just playing for time here as it's a 2-on-1 situation. 20 seconds left to get the flag back to extraction, and to breach this defensive compound. Audacity is just going to have to go, and Dan takes him out in the end. So, 4-0, and Dan has played extremely well, and Mikey as well, with the rest of the team playing above average. Two new recruits settling in very, very nicely indeed. And now it's up to LG. They're down 4 rounds at this point in time. Still early days. Nay's still yet to get a kill. But I think they need to try and change something up. And Vixian is the first in and almost takes out Dan. Dan's pretty tagged pretty heavily, but not that heavily. Down to 60. And Clams takes out the Vixian. What an interesting nade there. That was 3-on-4 situation as Injection has pushed up interior stairs and now faces the gun barrel of Clams. Clams very, very well positioned in that area. And now Nace has rotated into the patio to try and take out Dan or just gain control of the central area. 3-on-4 situation. And this nade should take out someone. And doesn't, actually. As Troy Boy takes out Miriam. 3-on-3 situation. And Nace pretty exposed here in 26%, and he's actually rotated, which is really well done. There should be someone playing in the library, and actually that's not the case. As Nace takes out Clams, 3-on-2 situation. Troy Boy has actually, moved up into the northern area, so they are in a position to try and take someone out, and that's exactly what happens. Dan get taken out, 1-on-3 situation. And they've got 1 minute to do something here, which I think will be okay. Mike is the last guy left in the library. This is going to be very bad for him. As soon as he shoots, they're going to find out exactly where he is, and they're going to start pushing him. Troy Boy is primed on the northern side. And now Mikey's in a bit of strife here. Flag gets taken, and they're extracting out the northern side. They might come back around to the sun side, but Troy Boy getting taken out. 2-on-1 situation. Mikey has to get his foot onto the pedal. As Injection, the last guy, or sorry, Nays, one of the guys, bring the flag to extraction. And that first round, that first round going to the LG side. So they get one on assault, the LG team do. And Nays doing very well, getting 2 kills that round and also extracting the flag. So he gets a golden star for that round. So I think what happened there, 2-on-3 situation, it was pretty critical that the 403 guys try to play a bit more time. 1 minute left on the clock, and Dan, I think, decided to peek, and that brought it down to a 3-on-1 situation after he got neutralized. I think that was the turning point in the match, or in that round in particular, as Nace is watching this southern side, might get a pick on Clams. Oh, and Clams just scoots off. I wouldn't be surprised if a nade came through soon. And Clams taking out Nays. Very, very well done. 4-on-5 situation. An Injection on the southern side by himself. He's a little bit exposed here from any Nays that are coming in. And Vixian trying to get a pick on Dan again. Injection getting Clams. So that's that early neutralization by Clams. Basically neutralized by Injection. 4-on-4 situation as all the 403 guys look to be pushing back into the flag room. And they've just decided to abandon this first floor. Audacity in interior stairs working with Injection on the southern side. And Invis could be exposed here. Oh, and Injection taking out Invis. 4-on-3 situation. Divixian being taken out by Dan. He's held his own really, really well tonight so far in this match. Injection and Miriam battling it out, and Troy Boy's going to try and come around to help, I think, as Injection is just retreating off these stairs. Audacity flashes and almost takes out Mikey, who I think peaked unnecessarily, and now he's stuck in a pretty bad position because frags could be coming through. Luckily for lucky for him, none of the LG side have frags left, as Injection on this railing here. Flashes are coming out. As Audacity takes out Miriam. 2-on-3 situation. 30 seconds left. They just need to hold the 403 guys. As Injection still pretty timid in terms of his push, and now they decide to push from the northern side. Audacity helping his teammate out, and in the end, 2 quick neutralizations to the LG side brings the score back to 4-2. Well, Divixian 2 for 6 as the team captain, and I know he'll be calling the strats, and he does a lot to support his team, but that stat there, 2 to 6, is definitely a surprise. Troy Boy 7 to 5, doing very, very well, and Injection with a KD of 1. As Divixian first pick into the flag room, and Miriam's going to rotate and might get taken out. Oh, very, very close. And Divixian's pushed all the way up. This could be bad for some of the 403 guys. And that is exactly what has happened. Miriam getting taken out. 5-on-3 situation, and 403 are just lost here. Clams has rotated in very, very good positioning as Naze takes out Clams. 4-on-2 situation as Naze takes out Mikey. So now Invis, the last guy left, and he's trying to just hold his own here. He's going to get almost neutralized, but the flag has been taken. He has to move, and he's actually done well to get out this far, but I think the flag is going to be taken. As you can see, Injection extracting the flag pretty quickly to bring the score back to 4-3. Well, a quick and easy pick, oh no, I wouldn't say easy, but a quick pick by Divixian in the flag room resulted in him pushing all the way into lobby and getting through to Hollow. I'm surprised Mikey didn't hear him, who was in library at the time, and unfortunately for 403, Miriam got taken out by Divixian, as Miriam was just unaware of Divixian's position, and that's why I mentioned it before in mentioned before earlier in the cast how crucial that patio area is. If that central area goes down, someone has to rotate quickly from the defensive side, and that could result in something like what happened last round happening, I guess, for want of a better phrase. 5-on-5 as they're playing a bit slower at this point in time. The LG side, they're just, I think, waiting for the 403 guys to push. Naze on the southern side. You can see Clams could be taken out here if he's unawares. Clams has already been tagged pretty badly to about 60%, as you can see on the right hand side of your screen. Naze pre-nading that area where Clams normally goes, and Clams is in a bit of a fight at this point in time, gets taken out, and Miriam also nearly getting taken out by Naze, as they're starting to really push into the flag room, or just push the southern side. They're working this southern side really, really well, as Troy Boy has actually gone into the northern side with his teammate in the Divixian, and now, again, the 403 guys are starting to have to resign themselves to playing on the second floor, given the superior numbers. Now he's getting tagged slightly, and Invis taking him out. I think they weren't really aware, as Troy Boy and Injection trying to do some damage on the northern side. Looks like the LG guys are really concentrating on this northern side, which is interesting to see. And they've worked it really, really well, as Troy Boy getting the pick on Invis, and they're just alternating between the shooters here. 1-on-4 situation, as the last guy, Miriam, is stuck in Hollow. They're not going to have to bother carrying out the flag here, and Injection taking out Miriam with a pistol. So with 2 rounds to go before halftime, it is all even after 403 got off to a great start, winning the first 4 rounds of the match, but LG more than equal to the task, coming back in the next 4 rounds to bring the score to an even 4-all. Like I said before, I think LG are really concentrating on this northern side, and I think that's something that's we haven't necessarily seen in some of these casts recently, as Divixian looks like he's going to try and get another pick early, and almost does. Dan hasn't really been tagged at all, actually, and Clams on almost about 10% health and is slightly exposed, but the fact that he's on 10% means that his recoil control is absolutely gone, and Divixian can escape pretty well with 30% health left. It's 5-on-5 situation. 2 of the guys on each guy on each team tagged pretty heavily as Naze takes out Invis. Really, really well done there as Injection's pushing up interior stairs. 5-on-4 situation, and I think Mikey could be hit here. And, oh, he just didn't need to peek there, I don't think. As it's now 5-on-3. And the weight of numbers really prevailing for LG as they get the early picks. Divixian trying to push this northern side again. And Dan's going to be pinched from both sides, north and south. 5-on-2 situation as Injection takes out Clams. And Dan strong with taking out Divixian, but now faces another prospect of 2 or 3 more new LG guys coming in. Marion taking out Naze. And 3-on-2 situation. They've brought it back. Marion's basically going to have to engage short range as he's really low on health. Dan very exposed from behind him. He's going to have to use his hearing. And you can see him just watching his back. And almost gets tagged. Audacity taking out Miriam. 3-on-1 situation. And this should be all over for 403 as flashes are coming in. And Injection, I don't know what happened there, but I think we just got the tail endings of him missing a shot. Probably pre-firing and running out of bullets in the end. So 1 round before half time and it's almost even. With Naze coming back from 0-4 to 5-8 on the scoreboard. Really well done. Injection proving his worth with 9-4 and Troy Boy 9-5. Audacity 4-5 and Divixian 5-8 bringing out the LG team. And again, Divixian, the best picker in my opinion of the LG side, but they're some absolutely fantastic pickers on the LG team. Injection taking out Clowns with an entry frag, and Divixian is now pushed in. He's playing a bit more aggressive, as you can see Naze actually on this southern side playing aggressive as well. Or Naze very lucky as Invis is in the bushes. And again, Miriam is exposed slightly from that area. Takes out Invis, and Audacity now with the momentum going in to the northern side. Audacity taking out Miriam. I thought that would have been the other way around. And again, it's down to a 5-on-2 situation as the early picks from the LG team mean that 403 are stranded a little bit. Mikey, the last guy left, and in the end, it's all over with the first half going to LG. So Troy Boy really effective in that northern area for assault, 10-5, and Injection really effective on the southern side, 10-4. With Divixian very confident in his team's abilities, deciding to put himself in the most dangerous position in patio, in my opinion at least. Trying to get that early pick into frag room against Dan. Dan's held himself pretty well this match after going 5-1 on the scoreboard. Has now come back to 8-7, and the rest of the team are around about the same sort of area. No real standouts. Miriam is 5-9 at the moment, just struggling to try and get a control of that area. Dan first into the patio area and not even bothering to look too much around. Jumps straight in the window, and you can actually see a lot of guys, LG guys, out of position at this point in time. Clam's getting the first nade as Dan is trying to be very aggressive, and you can see 403 taking the lobby as picks are flying everywhere. Miriam taking out 2, and the flag has now been taken. Dan, unfortunately, not looking in the right areas as Miriam and Invis are pushing into the northern side, I should say. And the last guy left is Divixian on about 40 health, but not for long, as the first round being played very aggressive by 403 gets given to that team indeed. So, very aggressive into the lobby area, which is surprising, at least for me. A very ambitious move, and if the team are caught unawares, it works really well, and that's exactly what happened in that round. I think 403 were relying on LG to be a little bit less organised in the defensive area, and you could see that as some of the teams were pretty much still getting into position for LG, as they decide 403 decide to be a little bit less aggressive as Dan is trying to pick out Injection, but gets tagged very heavily, 25%. He'll have trouble controlling his recoil for the rest of the round, and even more so now as he's down to 2% health. Miriam in the patio area. As Dan is also similarly in the similar area. 3-on-5 situation. Dan's pretty much, he needs to get a headshot straight up, otherwise it's going to be very hard for him to control his recall. And he's very exposed from that area, actually, as nades coming out. Mikey's the last guy left, and 5-on-1 situation, not looking too good for 403. And in the end, Nate's taking out Mikey. Working very methodical around that line of sight in the window. And LG look to be providing a bit more buffer as the match continues to go on, as they stretch out their lead to 2 rounds, which was similar at half-time, but I think the momentum is strongly in their favour given they're playing rock-solid defence for the second half of the match. So number 1 spot is up for grabs here tonight, as Troy Boy taking out Clams straight away. And we're looking to try and find where Dan is at this point in time. He's tagged pretty heavily and gets taken out. And Merriam, the last guy left. I don't know what happened, but 403 guys just dropping like flies. And Merriam unable to make that first sighting count as Troy Boy takes out Merriam. And LG are just 3 rounds away from winning this match and regaining first position. Like I said previously in the cast, the all the matches that have been played by these two teams have resulted in overtimes, and I'm not entirely sure this will happen tonight, as LG look to have a stronger core team, and 403 just really trying to get the rhythm happening for their side and trying to get their new recruits settled in. Divixian playing this interesting area at the moment. And we've seen this happen a few times as 2 picks happen in Troy Boy and Clams. Merriam getting taken out by Divixian. Now it's a 4-on-3 situation. Divixian jumping straight off and losing some life as a result. But that doesn't matter as he takes out Dan. He's still bleeding and still running around like Chuck Norris on weed. Or I should say ice, I should say. Mike and the last guy left, and Divixian getting taken out after the recall control of played a big part in his death. Mikey not really making that one count, and as a result, Injection just taking him out. Pretty stock standard. 5-9, and LG are well on their way. They really need Mikey to step up here, as he's gone from 4-1 to 5-9 after the teams changed sides. And he really needs to pick up his game. Probably not used to playing with such high tier players, and that's kind of understandable. He just made the move from SKA down to 403, so that's a very, very big move, especially in terms of the ladder, as Casino trying to take out Injection first of all, and does so really well. LG have left the northern side really open. I don't really know how Clams got through. He's pushed through water, and now his mate in Invis is helping him out. Nays getting tagged pretty heavily as Mikey takes out Divixian. That's important as nades are coming in left, right, and centre. Clams getting fragged by his own teammate, splashed by his own teammate, I should say. And Mikey taking out his Audacity. 5-on-1 situation. Troy Boy, the last guy left, and he's going to struggle to survive. 7% health left. Flag should be taken, and Viz takes out Troy Boy. So an aggressive push by Casino started out that fall of the LG side, at least for that round. And I don't know what happened north, but LG just kind of left that open. I'm not entirely sure if that was intentional or not. Probably not. Probably asked a stupid question. And we might just follow Clams again to see whether or not he's going to do the same thing. See Merriam pushing north. So Casino's going south, and his teammates have fogged up this area. Dan's first into the flag room. Very, very quick push. And his teammate in Mikey is helping clear out Library. Really, really well done. Oh, unfortunately, Mikey gets taken out. Dan is really on his bike, and he could get shot in the back here, and does. 3-on-2 situation as the 403 guys trying to clean up their act. Casino taking out one of the one of the LG guys, and Audacity, the last guy left in the northern area. The flag is down, but I don't think 403 will make too much of a big deal out of this one, as they're starting to get into position here. One on the patio, one north and one south. This is going to be a three-pronged attack, I think. As you can see, Audacity unawares of where Clams was, and that round going to 403. So they're bringing the target back, they're bringing the rounds back to into their favour, but it's still a pretty big gap at this point in time in this stage of the match. 9-7 to Legionnaires. So again, a very aggressive push by Clams and Dan into the lobby on the southern side resulted in the flag being taken and being almost extracted to the flag area in Dan, but he got shot in the back by Audacity, and as a result, his teammates were able to try and clear up the act. The same thing's happening as Fogs are coming out, and Clams very unlucky to not get that pick. Injection making him pay for that, and now it's a 3-on-4 situation, 4-on-1 situation, as Miriam, the last guy left, has to make something count, trying to get some easy kills at this point in time. 3-on-1 situation. Injection on very, very low health as he's been tagged pretty badly. He's on patio, and now Miriam's trying to slow things down, I think, as Nades has just come out the window and tagged him pretty severely. Audacity is just watching that hollow wall, and he could be gone here, and that's exactly what happens. So now LG with one round away from taking out this match and regaining first spot on the Cyber Gamer Australia ladder. And like I said before the match, I think it'll be 11-8 to LG, and it looks very, very similar tonight to my prediction. So LG looking too good at this point in time. I would care some kind of aggressive push by the LG guys. They've got a few rounds in the bag. They've got 3 rounds in the bag before the 403 guys catch up, and we might see something here as Diviction's decided to play library, and Nays helping out his teammate in the central area. Fog's coming out straight away. Again, a very similar tactic to what was happening in the last 2 rounds, but nothing really happening as Casino has made his way out into the northern area. And you can see all the LG guys are actually playing on the second floor, being very, very defensive, allowing the 403 guys to gain real control of the first area. And now frags are coming out, Divixion taking out Mikey, and Cloud's trying to get that trade, and unfortunately doesn't make contact at all. Nays, the only one maybe hit, as Invis is actually pushing into the northern area. Dan taking out Injection. As you can see, Dan's going to try and come around and help his teammate. Miriam taking out Nays. Now it's a 4-on-3 situation. Nays are coming out, and Casino taking out Audacity. 4-on-2, and this should be an easy extract for the flag, or I should say, as Casino wall bangs one of the LG guys. Last guy's in library, and with help from Invis, this could be a problem for Divixion. Oh no, Invis has just not watched that area, and now Divixion is on 5 health. I think they're just going to play real slow and try and pinch him together. In this point, I'd be trying to maybe rotate around, because Clams is really, really exposed in that area. Oh, and Invis just taking out Divixion very quickly. And it's now 10-8 to LG. Dan and Mikey just trying to hold their own at this point in time. 9-14 and 8-12 against a very top quality side. And LG playing that very defensive in the last round, giving up the first floor and allowing 403 to grab a hold of the backyard area. And Miriam very, very lucky to stay alive as Invis takes out Troy Boy. 4-on-4 situation as one of the 403 guys gets neutralized as well. Lola guys just running around at this point in time. As Clams, the caller for 403, has been neutralized. And that's brutal for the 403 side. Invis getting taken out by Audacity. And now it's a 3-on-4 situation. Dan is on very, very low health, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't make an impact. Like I said, the recoil control is massive when you have to try and control your gun when you're low health. 3-on-2 situation. 403 have brought this back really well. And Injection taking out Dan. Oh, and Merriam very lucky to survive. He can still be warm banged here. Gets up immediately after reloading. And Mikey's going to have to come around and help his teammate out. Oh, but Merriam does not need it. And it's a 2-on-1 situation. Audacity, the last guy left. Where is he? He's actually on patio. And takes out Merriam. Very well done, especially with 11% health left. Mikey, the last guy left. And, oh, I don't really know. I don't think they've communicated that to... or the enemy position to his teammate. So Merriam probably unawares of where he got shot from. And now Mikey's wasting precious time trying to clear this area and also using precious resources. And this is a really good move from LG. Really smart. One-on-one situation. Sometimes if you're in a really odd position, it's good to just abandon the flag and just let them do the hard work. Smokes are coming out. Flag gets taken, and he's actually looks like he's going to go and stay in spawn area. He's got 20 seconds left on the on the clock, and he really needs to move here. He needs to motor. Hopefully that by now his team have sussed out that he's actually in extraction. And oh, Mikey with a very, very crucial kill. Audacity unlucky after getting the first sight, and now 403 just bringing it back. Can LG hold their nerve and just get that last round? Injection playing really well, 17-9, and Nays 8-14, I should say. Oh, this is real tight, and this is the last round. It's either going to be an overtime or LG are going to win this. And given how good both of these teams are, I wouldn't be surprised if it did go to overtime, though I did pick 11-8. Dan first to be neutralized, and I think it's just going to fall down here for 403 as Clams is pushing Audacity, or Injection I should say. 4-on-3 as Nays takes out Mikey. 2-on-4 situation, and I think it's all over for the 403 guys. Oh, and Clams just unable to take out Troy Boy. That's going to be punishing as Nate, or Flash I should say, comes out. Troy Boy should be taking him out, and in the end, it's all over here for 403, surrendering their first position on the Cyber Gamer ladder. But they've done well with the two new recruits playing sufficiently well, in my opinion. 11-9 to the LG side, and in the end, they will regain first position on the ladder and be protected for 48 hours. So, what a great match it's been, given both of these sides have prepared well. And I think LG just too good in the end, coming out 11-9.